Okay. Let's get this cracking. All right, so what do you have planned today? Are you just
You
here?
guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
We feel special. You know that, right? Because people get all weird like, you're going where after this?
I know.
To that other station?
It's only one stop.
Nice.
One
Well,
stop
thank
shop.
you.
Pop, pop.
We're so happy that you're here with us and you got to stop on in, and you are absolutely beautiful in person.
Thank you.
I look at all your pictures, and then
Aw,
in person it's
thank
like,
you so
oh,
much.
it's the same thing. There's no photoshopping and all that.
Thank you very much.
So because I went through pictures, I have some pictures here
Uh-oh.
that I want to show you.
Okay.
I want to caption your pictures.
Uh-oh.
It's better than strangers
I see one of those pictures and I'm like, I do not want to caption it.
Well, I'm curious about the outfit. I'm gonna get right into it.
Well, how do I caption? What am I supposed to say?
Well, I want you to let me know if I see you're with your best friend in the picture. We do want to make sure we let our listeners know that she is with her best friend Future in the picture.
My boyfriend.
Oh, okay. Are we just putting
But
it?
he is my best friend too.
Okay. See, I saw somewhere that you had said your best friend, and
Yeah.
I married my best friend. So
Oh, awesome.
for you to say that's your best friend, that's a big deal.
That's so cool. How long have you and your best friend been married?
This is about you, Ciara, since 2008, though.
That's awesome. No, it's good. It's just interesting to know.
Well, when you start out as friends and you really see that person as a best friend, you know you got something good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're with your boyfriend, Future, in the picture, and you two look like you have sort of matching outfits. And I was thinking, okay, do they coordinate? And that was one of my questions before you captioned the picture. Do you guys coordinate how you guys will look out in public together?
You know, I just think it kind of, first, it's the craziest thing with he and I. We just do things that happen to be coordinated, but we don't try to, per se. Like, I had on a different dress that night before this.
Okay.
And I had to throw on something. I had no idea what he was wearing because he was coming from one place and I was coming from the other. And I don't know. I guess that worked out.
It
Yeah.
did. You guys, I mean, it looks like a matching outfit. So I was like, okay. So, so the dress,
Yes.
love it. All
Thank
of those
you.
angles and stripes, they really do something, right?
Thank you.
They do.
That's a dress from Topshop, too, in London.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I love it. I love that. Okay, here's the next one because you have to tell me what is up. I was like, did you borrow his outfit? Because
No, that's actually from the menswear though for Givenchy.
So it is menswear.
Yeah, it is menswear. Yeah,
Okay.
which I love. I feel like, you know, you have your sensual moments. You have your moments, not even sensual, but more revealing moments. But there's a part of me that feels like baggy is the new sexy in a sense. So I've just really been on that kick lately, and you know, and when it comes to that outfit, I really loved it. I thought it was very bold, but in a sense, in my eyes, it wasn't bold to me, but I get why some people might think it was more bold than normal. But I loved it. It was really fun. He loved it too. I call him Navadius, but he loved the outfit too. So yeah, that's what tomboy in me. That's me being a tomboy.
I like that though. I mean, you always expect someone with a great body, you know, someone who looks good in skimpier clothing, you know, and then when you see someone like yourself, Ciara, step out in something that is more masculine.
Yeah, more
It
covered
is
up.
sexy. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I had fun with that. I did. It was fun on stage. I hopped on the mic at the club and rocked with the crowd. And
Was Avia?
Aria. Well, actually, it's Club Hayes though, but at the Aria.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then here is
Oh
another
gosh,
picture I
that
want you to
picture
look
I
at.
don't even want to caption. What do you want to know about it?
We went from looking boy to no clothes at all.
Ay.
And
That was years ago.
Oh,
I had a bad experience with that photo shoot, so that's why I don't feel good about it. But it's a nice picture, though. I mean, I'm not gonna.
Bad experience.
It just wasn't supposed to be that shoot per se, and I had on pieces in my shoot, and they're gone. And then even with that, it was supposed to be more covered up, more of a silhouette. But you live and you learn. But it's a photo that I feel like when I get older, I will appreciate, I guess. Like, I have to find a positive in it. Thank you.
It's not like it's Playboy or anything. It's a beautiful picture.
Thank you very much.
It's not.
Ay.
It's not too much. You would
Get naked.
Because you're naked, you think, oh, okay, I don't know. Maybe later in life I'll appreciate it. But I mean, it's a good picture.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to show you this picture now.
Okay, let's see what that is. This is so funny. You have these pictures. Oh, we were in Paris having fun.
Okay, so this is in Paris. You
Yes.
have Kim Kardashian on your left and Frank Ocean on your right.
Yes.
And are you guys at a celebrity party? What is
It was a
that you guys-
Givenchy dinner after the Givenchy fashion show, and Riccardo Tisci's like my friend and somewhat brother at this point. But you know, he does like family like events after, or family like dinners or like parties, and we were all at an intimate dinner and having a lot of fun photo ops at the table, and that was one that actually Kanye took of us. And Kim actually sent that one to me, and she posted it up on Instagram.
You guys look like best friends. Like you guys all.
We were having a good time.
That's
It was
good.
real good energy.
Okay. See, I saw that picture and I thought, okay, do they hang out aside from? Just...
You know what's funny is I've obviously, you know, known Kim for a good amount of time. She and I don't hang out every day. We don't hang out as near as much as we did before. But whenever we see each other, it's always love, and we always just catch up and all that cool stuff. And with Frank, I've known Frank since he was this boy that walked into the studio with a backpack on, and no one knew him. His old name was Lonnie Bro. And
so you knew him in New Orleans.
I knew him. Actually, I knew him. I didn't know him in New Orleans, but I knew him in the earlier stages of his career when he wasn't known to the world, and even when he was trying to make the transition of his name from Lonnie Bro to Frank Ocean, and he was explaining all this stuff. And I remember cracking jokes to him like swim in the ocean and like all this silly stuff I was saying to him, and then that name worked, and he's just such a creative genius. So it's really amazing to see the growth of someone like him, and to know that I was able to be somewhat a part of that experience.
I was gonna say you helped him figure out the ocean
Well, I didn't
part.
help him figure it out. It was him telling why he wanted to do it. It was like right when he was deciding he wanted to, like, you know, do a name change and all that, and it was just dope being able to like see a creative person like really, you know, be creative, I guess you can say. It's really simple, but you know, he really is a very artistic person, so it was dope.
I appreciate his music.
Oh my gosh, he's amazing.
Yeah.
I was
yeah.
like his biggest cheerleader. I like literally would be telling everyone that I work with, have you heard of Frank Ocean? Have you heard of Frank? I think I called him Lonnie Bro back then, but I was like, and then literally like a few months later, the first song came out from him, and everybody was like showing him so much love, and so many artists were like, yo, I remember when he told me about Frank, blah, 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 and it was just dope.
Yeah,
I felt
because
good.
You were there, because you were there in the beginning and seeing that.
I just embraced something that felt good. There was no name attached to it. Like, he wasn't known to the world, and I just felt it was great music.
Makes you proud
It does.
to know that you were there in the very
I feel
beginning.
good to feel like, you know, I kind of know a little something, something. The
Like
little
some big
A&R
sister.
me.
Yeah, yeah.
The little A&R me knows a little something, something.
Okay, well, here, let's do this. Okay. I don't know which one to hand you first.
Okay. These pictures are really ones you don't want to caption either.
Okay, hold on.
Ay, ay, ay.
Speaking of names, before we transition to the next picture, Frank was Lonnie Bro, and then Frank Ocean.
Yes.
You kept your real name, and that's
I
something that
did.
people even ask me and what I do. They're like, why didn't you come up with a name? Why didn't
Right.
why didn't you come up with some moniker or something? I'm like, oh, well, I didn't really. I couldn't think. Honestly, I wasn't creative enough to think of a name for myself, so I just stuck with.
You're
my
like,
own
it's just
name.
me.
Yeah, it's just that this is who I am.
Yeah.
Is that why you stayed Ciara?
Well, you know what's so funny is when L.A. Reid signed me, like when I was like 16 years old, I remember us being in the office and we were talking about the idea of like names and stuff like that, and he was like, you just keep it Ciara. And I felt that too, but it was really cool, especially back then when we had the dialogue to talk about, and it was like, Ciara's the name, like, and it just felt right.
Yeah, well, you grew up, Ciara. It's nothing. You're not a different person. Obviously, you grow, and
Yeah,
you
but
go into
sometimes some things I guess sound better for creative purposes. I think like, sometimes it is cool, but I guess it is also really dope that it's my name. My brand is my name.
Right.
So, and that's something that lives on forever. So
there you
yeah.
go. All right. Here's
Oh Lordy.
I'm deciding on the gold.
Ay, ay,
The
ay.
gold, and it looks
That
like
was
a
my
bikini.
Yes, because I used to wear swimsuits with my jeans back in the days.
Okay.
That was my little thing that I guess you can say was my style as an artist. And that was my first MTV Awards. I remember exactly where I was, my first award show period. And I remember
Did you take
that
home
day.
an award that night?
Did I that day? I want to say yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I actually took away like 2 Moon Men that day.
Stamped you. You were like, I'm here. I made it.
If I'm not mistaken, I did, yeah. That was actually a sweet day. Maybe 3 Moon Men that day.
When did you know that you had your foot in this industry? Because some say when the check came in with the zeros, or when I made my first big purchase, bought the house, or
in the industry, I feel like my sweet moment, which was all within that same album time frame, was when I got my Grammy. I just felt like that was a very special moment because it's like the Oscars to music, and it's one of those things that it's very, very special. And I felt like that was just kind of like, wow, like I've come a long ways,
Yeah, from just Ciara with L.A. Reid and
Ciara on the block to that,
Grammy.
yeah, for sure.
It's got to be big. All right, so this is where it gets real fun. So I told you we do Throwback
I know
Thursdays.
that one too.
I've never seen that before.
What's so funny is that was really fun actually to try something like that. It was doing a braid as a part instead of an actual part. That was my first photo shoot of my career.
This one right here
Yes,
with the braid in the
I was
middle.
like 16 years old.
Ah,
Yeah.
You were 16 in this photo?
Yes.
Oh my God.
That was my first photo shoot with Arista Records.
I don't know what ethnic background you have, but I'm telling you, you did not age.
Oh, thank you so much.
That's why I'm like, wait, this is your first, really?
Yeah, first photo shoot of my career.
Wow.
I remember that day. That's actually my best friend, the lady that's become my best friend. Her name is Yolanda. She's my makeup artist. And I met her that day too. And then my other friend, Erica, I met her that day, and they're all still really close. We're all still really close friends.
That's so sick. That's dope because they know you from when you started all the way
Exactly.
to now.
And I knew some of them before. I knew Erica before then too. So
This doesn't even look like you.
I know that picture. I don't want to caption that one either, but okay. That
I was
is
like, are you
at
wearing boy shorts in that one too?
I am. It's an interesting combo, but again, it was my style, my expression at that time period. But yeah, I'm wearing baggy boy, which I still would rock the baggy cargos. I'm not gonna lie, but something about this ensemble is a little interesting. I think I need more of a top that covers up more. I don't know, but either way.
But you had the cross strategically placed. Too,
I guess
in
so.
that
It's
picture.
so big. I don't know where you could place it, and the chain seems to be short, so it just stops where it's supposed to stop.
Do you remember what year this is? Because I think it was that time was the chokers.
That
The
was.
chokers were big.
I'm not sure. I feel like I don't know. I want to say it was 2007 or something. I don't know. It's a good question. But I know I was on TRL that day, and Chris Brown actually stopped by that day too. I remember that.
Okay.
Because we both were like doing something about dance or like, it was something cool. I can't remember what it was, but I just remember that day.
Are you guys close, you and Chris Brown?
We're not close, but it's always love whenever I run into him. I'm a big supporter of like what he does as an artist. I feel like we share a lot of similarities, like when it comes to the dancing part of it and the passion for the dance and the energy. Like he's one of those people that are very aggressive with his dance, like the way that I like to be. So yeah.
Did you start dancing once you got into the music industry, or were you already dancing before?
Always, yeah, because that was a part of who I was, as an artist. And I remember when I was trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do in my life, I was like, I just knew I could dance, and I knew it was a strong suit of mine. I'd never been trained to do it though, but I just knew I had something special. And so, yeah, it's always been a part.
That's something special because, not anybody could just go in and start learning dance moves. You can't have me do any dance moves.
It won't happen?
No, I took jazz classes. I took hip hop dance, and I can't do it. I don't have that kind of rhythm. So you have to kind of have it in you.
I've been very blessed.
I mean, Justin Bieber, I was like, he had to have it in him because
he's so talented.
Look at that kid.
He's a star.
He
can do everything.
He could sing.
For
he
sure.
Could rap. He could dance.
He's gifted.
So
I remember actually seeing him before he got signed to. A friend of mine, Scooter, his manager, had actually showed him to me very, very, very early, before anyone had really seen him. And he was telling me, this kid's a star. And I kept thinking, because LA was my friend, or he's been my friend for years, and I was like, LA has to see him. And then it actually he ended up going with LA Reid at that time period.
It's like,
so it's so cool.
I've noticed that you meet a lot of the other artists in their beginning stages.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's
People
pretty special though.
Well, maybe it's because you have the experience, and they come to you, like I said, like a big sis. It's like, oh, you know how this industry goes, and maybe they need you to kind of.
I think it's also just the friendships too. Like you just happen to be friends with really cool people, not meaning that they're famous or anything like that, but just cool people in general that actually meet a lot of cool people or a lot of talented people, and then they love sharing, their creative ideas or things with me, which makes me feel really special. Like when I remember when Tricky was telling me about Frank Ocean, Tricky was, really, really, really excited about him. And it was just dope because Tricky's like my brother in music. And so it's just cool to know that he, would want to know what I thought about something or,
It says a lot.
It does,
It
for
says a lot.
sure.
They want your stamp of approval on it. They're like, what
Just
do
the
you
love. Just to be able to, show some love.
What is your next move? Because you and your boyfriend have worked together.
Yes.
You guys have your song. Sorry.
No, Body Party.
Body Party. What am I looking at? I'm looking at something else.
Yes.
You guys did that. What is your next move? And I want to say Kids in a Ring, but that it's
Kids in a Ring.
Remember now, I said I married my best friend.
That's right. After marriage, and then you had kids.
The baby in the baby carriage, and I had kids.
That's awesome. We have a light switch guy in here, right?
It was like her boyfriend's not here. We don't have to hit the lights and make them do anything.
Turn off the lights. No, but basically, I love kids, and I think anybody around me will tell you that I'm always I look forward to having my first baby. But it's all about the right time, I don't think I have a lot of time on my clock before I do, to be honest with you. If you ask me.
27, right?
I know, but I'm like, by the time I'm 30, I better have my first child.
Okay, so you've already you've
I have that in my
yourself.
mind, but we'll see what happens in time. But of course, you want to be, everything to be in line before that happens. But yeah, I look forward to that experience. I think it's a special experience in a woman's life, and I'm looking forward to being able to have that, but at the right time.
A lot of artists, females.
Yes.
For guys, they can have kids left. I mean, guys just have kids, and they can still be the same artist.
They can. Women have to stop.
You change.
I'm sure.
Life, you as an artist, your music changes.
Yeah.
Do you think that once you do have kids, you'll even still do music?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah?
Because I'll still be young, I think that I feel like I'm just going to stop doing music when it just feels right, and you can never put a time limit on anything. But I do feel like I'm going to keep it going. I think I want to still be a young, fly mom. Like Gwen Stefani did it. She does it very well.
She does it very well. Even her kids are cool, though. Her
kids got swag.
Yeah.
J-Lo's, I think Gwen and J-Lo are probably around the same age, but they're very fly moms. Like they keep it going. They keep it moving. They look great. Yeah. They seem to raise their kids well. And yeah.
Well, they got help too. You
of course,
family members.
But of course, there's no way I'll be going crazy.
Well, I've got 3 kids and no one helping me, so I know what going crazy
really
is. My family is in Hawaii.
So where are your babies now?
They're at school, but the littlest one is in preschool, which I have to pick up in a couple of hours.
Wow.
But I balance the whole,
Man, I give you so much props because I know it's a lot of work.
It is.
Just one child alone is a lot.
That was my next question. So, knowing that,
yes,
how many? Because I told myself I was going to have 5.
Right.
I have 3. I'm done.
I said I was going to have 5 too back in the days, but
right.
I feel like I just want at least 2.
Girl, boy.
I hope I could have twins the first go round, but if I had to say, actually 3. I want 2 boys and 1 girl, because I want for the little girl to have big brothers. Yeah.
So you want the girl to be the youngest?
Yes.
Okay, because I got my girl. She's the middle child and the only girl.
Oh.
Do you have siblings?
No, only child.
Oh, see, I saw that your middle name was Princess, and the first thing I thought is, okay, I have 3 kids. They all hate each other because they're all trying to fight for the attention.
One spot. Yes.
Right, and your name is Princess, so I thought, gosh, her siblings must hate that she is Princess, but you're an only
I'm the only child, so it worked out.
It did work
And I have
out.
to say, I feel like, words and the things you put in the universe, like, really kind of, like, project that energy, or you kind of... So I really have been treated like a princess throughout my whole life, but just really I've been spoiled with love. We didn't have a lot growing up. I'm a military baby, so I've been very blessed to travel around a good bit. But at the same time, like, I was just spoiled with a lot of love. So
That's
I was
good.
treated like a princess throughout my life. So I think that I've kind of subconsciously, have that thing.
But you're not a diva.
No, I have some diva ways, but
oh yeah, like
I mean,
what?
I just have the things that I'm very specific, particular about. But I think everybody has that. Like you might, want for when you're on tour to have certain things a certain way. Like, I have my moments, or I'd be like, I really don't want to wear that. Like, please don't bring me that. I really want to wear this. Or like.
But that's just clothes. See, I see other artists. They do I need these scented candles. I need
right, the
strawberry tea
particular
next to the melons and the don't put the pineapple on the same plate. Like, I see some crazy demands, but I've never
Right.
seen one for you. So
Not yet.
it's too early.
Maybe it hasn't surfaced. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe. You know what? Do you ever get used to strangers talking about you? Because you say that right now. It hasn't surfaced. I mean, it's got to be
Well,
weird.
I mean,
to
people
have,
always. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no. It's got to be weird to have strangers talk about you that don't know you. I didn't want to read too much on you
Yeah.
because I wanted to ask you and get to know
To
you.
know me.
'Cause-
Yeah, well, it is interesting when people create their own stories. And, I was just saying to someone the other day, the funny thing is, especially when people like to talk bad about what you're doing and they could be they're in a way worse predicament than you are. Oh, well, she's doing this, or she, how can a person, like, not just me, but just when they talk about people in general, like, how does this person go from 40 million to now they're only making 1,000 a month? And it's like the person that's speaking about them is bankrupt and they're broke and they're like trying to talk. It's like, this is just an interesting world. Like, it's like those people are miserable. Like, people that can sit around all day on the internet, blogging negative things all day, your spirit is jacked up. Because that means, like, you're just, like, living in that energy. Like, that's nuts.
Yeah.
So I have to look at those people that way and remind myself, like, and then I also feel like people have as much power as you give them. If I say you mean something, then you mean something. If I say you don't, then you don't. So
Right.
that's how I have to treat those people. Like, they don't mean it. If anything, they're like following my movement, so I must mean something to them.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Well, you feel sorry. You know what? After a while, you feel sorry for them. You got to think, gosh.
I
they
wish
must
them
be
well.
sad. Yeah.
No, seriously, because that's the place you have to channel. Like, you cannot allow it to get to you, because if you do, if you can let it get to you if you really think it, and if you allow it to come in.
I was going to ask you what your message to your fans, the girls that look up to you, and it's like you already pretty much said it. Because girls are catty.
Oh my goodness,
Girls are-
very catty.
Yeah, and
They can be. It depends on the girl. There's a lot of cool girls in the world. Like my best friends, my homegirls, they're super cool. Like we don't even, when we get together, we don't even have time to like talk about he say, she say. Also because our friends are all from different parts of the world. So, or I have less friends than my friends have, I feel like, because my friend circle is like probably 4 people. But
that's what it's got to be.
yeah, less is better for me, But I say that to say, like, when you're always away from each other, when you get together, you don't want to talk about like,
What
I
he's
just,
doing or
yeah, I
she's
can't be
doing.
doing the whole thing of like, girl, well, Rita was saying that, honey, she was messing with Bobby and Bobby was coming over, and I can't do all that. Like, I'm like, how's everything going? How's your son? Like, let's go eat. Let's go. I'm like, I like that.
Let's catch up on life.
Yeah,
our life.
like I can't do all that other stuff.
Well, there's the message right there to your fans that are girls. Never mind everybody else. Be about you and your circle
Be
of
about
friends.
you. Just be positive, man. Like, even on your worst days, try to find something positive out of them, and try to find a way to keep your head up. I was just saying to another young girl, I was talking like how, we go through a lot as women. We go through a lot as people. And, there could be some like the days that seem like they're your darkest days, but you have to know there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And the way that you get closer to that light is just by simply opening your eyes, looking in a positive direction, pushing in a positive direction. Even when you, like, if there's something negative, try to find something positive to counteract it. Like, always try to look on the brighter side of things and love yourself. Self-love is the best love you could give yourself. And when you do that, you'll bring in so many great things, and you'll bring in the things that you want to bring in. But yeah.
The loving yourself part, though, I feel like that definitely comes with age, and it comes with a slew of bad choices and bad guys. It really, I feel like,
Well,
I read something that you said you're comfortable now.
Yes.
Like in your own skin.
Very
and who you
comfortable.
are.
I have to say, I'm not going to lie though, self-love, I've been very fortunate that self-love has just always been something I've always known. But I think it's also because of my mother and father. Like, my mother and father have been married for 30 years. All I've seen is my dad love my mom one way. All I've seen is my dad love me one way. And I've also been, I'm an independent woman, not over independent though. I don't want to be so independent that it's like, I don't need a man. Like, I want the right man in my life. But, I've just learned that, again, on my toughest days, like when I try to find positivity within myself, and really think about loving myself, like that's always brought in good energy, because you can't depend on someone else to make you happy.
Right.
You don't ever want to do that, so I've kind of always known things to be that way. But the more that I get older, the more that I really understand it, and the more that I can really, really work on that, because you're like, I'm just, like you said, I'm very comfortable with myself. and I feel like I'm going to only get more and more comfortable, which can make me more powerful too. So
yes, as a woman,
absolutely.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna let you take over our Throwback Thursdays.
Okay, cool.
I think you have some songs in
I
front of you.
picked 4 songs.
Okay, you did pick 4?
Yeah, I did.
Of your own? Or from
No,
the list?
from like people in general. I'm going to do mine too, though.
Yeah, no, you definitely.
I'm going to do one of mine. I have 5 songs. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's good.
I'm ready to rock.
Okay, here we go. Ciara's here for Throwback Thursdays, and she's taking over. We want to look up the year? Maybe you already know the year to one of your favorite throwbacks.
Whoa, you're definitely going to have to help me look up the years.
Okay, so give us one right now.
All right, the first song I have is Kissing You by Total.
Ah, that's
yeah.
a good one.
Throwback.
Okay, hold on. We need to Google. Kissing You Total. God, what year was that?
I feel like it was 98 or something.
Kissing You. You're going to have our...
Right?
96.
96. Wow.
What was Ciara doing in 1996 when
In
Total
96,
Kissing You was playing?
I was playing that song over and over and over and over.
Who were you kissing?
I wasn't kissing anybody then. How old was I? I was only 10 years old,
Oh,
probably.
stop it. Oh, gosh.
I was
Then
9
don't
years
wanna-
old.
You weren't
So we
kissing
weren't
nobody.
kissing nobody then.
Good.
But I was thinking about what would that be like.
Isn't it funny? You hear a song like Kissing You, you don't even really
And you
know
have
what
no
it's
idea,
about.
but it's amazing how you have no idea what something is, but you can identify with the emotion of it, or like you can connect to the emotion of it. Like that record just felt good. Like that's how great music is. You can just feel it even if you haven't experienced it.
Yeah, it's like good comedy. You laugh at jokes when you're younger. You don't even know what's, but it's the
Exactly.
energy that's brought with it.
Yeah.
Total Kissing You. Here it is for Throwback Thursdays. Ciara's pick.
Cheer.
Okay, next song is
My next song is going to be Michael Jackson, Human Nature.
Human Nature.
Yeah.
Is that the one with SWV?
It is. I feel like but I actually took his sample, so I don't know if I'm picking the right song from him. Reaching out across the night time. That record. Is that Human Nature, right?
I didn't even have to ask you to sing. You know that I had this funny interview way back when with Bobby Valentino.
Uh-huh.
I always bring this up because it was the worst. I crashed that whole interview. It was the worst.
What did you
ever.
do?
I told him to sing the whole time. It was really bad.
Did you drive him crazy?
He was just like, I hate this girl.
Oh my
I was like, can you
gosh.
sing something else? Okay, sing the other song you have. Okay, sing it. And I'm sure he was just like, all right, did you just do this entire interview and you just wanted me to sing the whole time? Anyway, so Human Nature, you gave us a little bit of it. It
Yes.
says it was off of Thriller 1982.
Sounds about right. Wow. And the funny thing is that I wasn't even born.
Yeah, you were still
But you
in
know what's so
imagination.
crazy is that's how great music is again. Like Michael Jackson made timeless music.
Mm-hmm.
So all of his records felt fresh. And even for me till this day, they still feel fresh.
I think I was 5 when I was dancing to that Thriller album. And it was
Wow,
like
that
2 years
album was
old.
amazing. That's a classic album.
Yeah, it was. That was, like you said.
And that
classic.
album lasted for years. Like think about how long albums lasted back then.
Back then. Today, it's like
It's like
quick.
every year.
Yeah.
Albums were like they were like movies, like ongoing movies. Like Michael Jackson's Thriller was like it was still going on for like 2 decades.
Yeah.
But he still would obviously put out new albums. But that
nobody wanted
moment
to
was
move
so
on.
special. Yeah, like Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. All those records on there were just amazing.
We're going to be
But
stuck with Human
Nature.
All right, here we go. Next one.
Okay, well this next one is by my favorite rapper of all time.
Oh,
He met up with a boy named Dr. Dre, and they made California Love.
okay.
Tupac.
There you go. I was going to say, who's your favorite rapper? Because mine is Kanye, and it should be Tupac or Biggie.
Tupac is my favorite.
I love
Like the way that he flowed on tracks was crazy. Like his cadence would be nuts. Like there's one song he has that I love called Shed So Many Tears. And he's
okay.
like, Lord knows I've tried, been a witness to homicide, to drive by, taking lives, little kids die. Wonder why as I walk by, broken. Like the way that he would go when he'd be like, broken hearted, there's a glance in the chalk line, getting high. This ain't no life for me. Like he would move a certain way.
Right.
That was like when he goes, try, been a witness to homicide. Like the way that you do that is like, it was just crazy. Or like Dear Mama, like he would just like flow so crazy.
So gifted.
Yeah.
It's like
it
was
wasn't
so
just
easy.
like the straight line melody. It was like passion when he rapped. Like, so when he would say certain words, he would inflect, he would you would feel the inflection of the actual word or the way. Yeah, like, yeah.
We're going to do Tupac. Which one is this now again?
That's California Love.
California Love with Dr.
That
Dre.
video was crazy too.
It was like a Mad Max theme, right?
Yes, it was nuts.
In the desert. I remember that with the fire. Yeah, that was a dope video.
Crazy.
Too bad this is radio and we can't show the videos, right?
I know.
We're going to do this on a webcam
online.
too. We're going to do a
Perfection.
All right, so you got another one there?
I do, and this is my song. This is the first song of my career that set it all off for me, and it's Goodies.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what year is this?
This is 2004. I want to say 2003, but 2004 I feel like is when my album came out. Goodies album came out.
All right. And tell me about where you were at this time as far as, you're a new artist.
Yes, I was.
Working with Missy.
Yes, on this song I didn't work with Missy on this record, but on the album I was very blessed that I worked with Missy and I worked with Ludacris and, Jazzy Faye and I were working together as well. And it was just such a fun, fresh time for me. And I was very blessed that so many amazing artists that I looked up to were like embracing me as a new artist. But I also remember at that time period, I was just like really like, super naive to a lot of things in the industry. And I feel like I was still a little bit ahead of my time as a young girl because working in the industry it made me mature much faster than the normal teen would have. But I still remember, because I had to make a lot of business decisions the best way that I could. But back then, I just remember just feeling like I wasn't even like, I was doing the things that I wanted to do, but I wasn't thinking of them like while I was doing them. Like now that I've had time and experience, I now go like, when this happens to me, this is what I'm going to do. When I get this amount of money, I'm going to put it this way. And like back then it was just like, just go. Like I had a vision. I always had a dream and I've always had like a direction I wanted to travel in, but I was just like not thinking. I wasn't really calculating everything as much as I probably would do now in reference to the technical side of things, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
The business side of things.
Yeah, well, you were...
I was a baby, but that's sweet. That's really sweet, though. Like, when you just go free, like, I still want that I still don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose the feeling of just being free in my creativity and just having fun. Like, that's the part that I'm doing way more now than I did ever before. But it reminded me of when I first started. Like, that's how it was. I was just like in my own little world dancing, doing like, I wasn't thinking of anything. Like, just go. And I wasn't looking
you're
up.
stuck in our minds, Goodies. You know that.
For sure.
No matter what. You could
For
be 50,
sure.
60 years old.
That Goodies album, I'm just saying, she putting out new songs, but that Goodies album, girl, honey, that's my jam.
Well, you give credit to Michael Jackson, and I'm giving you that right now. That's a classic.
For sure. It's a special one.
There you go. So Goodies, Ciara taking over Throwback Thursdays here on Jammin Z90. All right, I think was that 5 or do we got one more?
That was 5.
That was 5?
No, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You want me to do 5?
If you want one more.
Okay, I'm gonna do The Things You Do. Missy Elliott. Okay. Makes me keep running to you.
Hold on.
What's that song? He how.
Hold on. You said Missy?
I think it's The Things You Do. It's her and I forget. It's Mo.
You're on some digging in the crate songs. Hold on.
Yeah, because I love that song.
Missy Elliott.
I know we actually could go. We can go another Missy song too. It's your flipping slant yet.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? Let's do that song.
We actually have. I want to play something for you real quick. I know that Dub is gonna kill me right now because he's like, "Where is she? Get her in here." Hold on. I want you to hear this because if this is the song you're picking. Do you remember back in the day when you would come to a radio station and you could totally do an exclusive drop? Now there's so many other stations you can't do that.
For sure.
We caught Missy in that era and she did this for us.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it.
What's up, San Diego? This is Missy Misdemeanor Elliott, chilling right here on 90.3 Jammin Z90, because they flip it and reverse it. I drop it. Listen.
She dogs the other stations. It's awesome. It's
Really? Let's see.
90.3 C90. Wow, you hot. 90.3 Z90. I like to get to know ya, like I told ya. 90.3, so hot, blow it up. This is the station, bring jams, oh ya. And other stations whack and they get no love. Ow, good God, now hold up. They playing your jams.
I love that. She's so
Right?
cool. That's so dope. Like, you know what's so dope about that? It's just she's such a music. She's just a genius. Like, that lady is special. Like, no one has ever done what she's done in rap music for females. Not saying there hasn't been other great females, but just what she has done is like crazy. Like,
She doesn't get as much credit, I think. People would
Oh
always
my
talk about Lauryn
gosh.
Hill rapping and singing. Missy rapped and sang.
no, I think people give Missy love though. I think people know Missy's a genius. Like, that's a common thing. I know what you mean. I mean, Lauren, she raps, but there's no comparison.
I think it's because Lauren only had one album. I think that's what people get stuck on.
There's no comparison.
they miss her.
Not to the visuals that Missy has given you. Just the visuals alone have been like,
Well, I remember the trash bag on the hill and
oh my gosh.
mean-
Or even that video, Work It video, or
Rain.
even Rain video, Work It video, or even when she was doing Hot Boys video with Eve and everybody. Like, that was crazy. Or when she did the one with the where she made her head go like come out crazy, like, or when we
She
did
just-
Lose Control together, like she was in the sand, like we was dancing. It was
She
hot.
would do the weirdest things in videos, but it was just
It
was
was
cool
dope.
because she was the only person with that
Her
creativity.
mind is just dope. Like, her mind is like, same thing I say to my friend Ricardo. I'm like, you got to be a little crazy to be that amazing creatively.
right.
Like, what's in that head of yours?
Something's going on upstairs and that it's gold. All right, so we need you to do an exclusive for us now, Ciara.
Yes, let's do it.
You're gonna do
That's the
goodies,
setup.
and we're gonna rewrite the whole
Oh
thing.
gosh, let me go home and make it for you.